So the inevitable has happened. Exela Technologies has become an AI play. Hi again, everyone. I hope you're all doing really well. So this is time for my weekly update on Exela Technologies. And just to quickly recap, the stock did finish the week about 4.5% down. It was very interesting that the stock did kind of initially follow the trends of the market, with its sort of staying stable at the start of the week with a bit of a drop-off coming midweek, as did the general market. However, on Friday, it did manage to buck the general market trend and actually finished the day on a strong note. Still, it was down by about 5% on the week. However, it's still, kind of a bit of a relatively stable play given the history that Exela Technologies stock price has had. And again, we've talked about that at length on here before, that it's kind of comes down to the fact that there is a low share float, so therefore there isn't much liquidity. So any sort of movements in the stock price tend to be a little bit more dramatic than they definitely used to be. Anyway, this week there was a couple of news catalysts for the stock. The most recent being that almost $1 billion of their new notes had been exchanged, or old notes had been exchanged for new notes. And so obviously that's a positive sign in the sense that, there's still some interest in holding Exela Technologies debt. There's fear, obviously with a company like Exela Technologies, when there's a bit of fear around the company, like people don't know what the long-term future of the business will be, but the fact that people are still willing to buy their debt, it is a very generous debt instrument to hold. It has like 11.5% coupon or interest rate attached to it. So, it's obviously a sort of priced as a high risk sort of instrument, but, people are still willing to, keep them. Other news being that they also finalized the sale of their fast scanning business. So that was good. That means they're going to pay down a bit more of their debt, and they'll also be able to, continue to use that money for operations. But the interesting one, and it's a bit of like a headline play, and I don't know if it's actually going to really have much significance on the stock, but it's the one I want to talk about the most, is the fact that, Exela Technologies has announced that they're going to integrate generative AI into a number of their platforms, including DrySign and a couple of other applications. Now, this was kind of a no-brainer in many ways, that Exela Technologies would get into at least the generative AI space. They're a business that's all about business process automation, and the big thing that they do is they streamline access to data and information of businesses, and cut out like the roles of middle people. That's where their value is to businesses. Now, obviously AI has been, the hot craze of the year in the market. AI stocks like, you've got your NVIDIAs and your Palantirs, which use AI to some extent, have been performing really well this year. Now, Exela Technologies, while this headline may be trying to catch a bit of that momentum, I don't know if it really did or not, it's kind of a no-brainer for them to get into AI because they do work with other businesses' data. Now, years ago, when I was a younger lad in a different world, I actually studied a degree in finance, and obviously I didn't pursue that career, but I'd still have contact with a number of people who did get into that career. So people who work, in investment banks and, various sort of roles in the finance sector. And one thing that they've told me about the use of generative AI is a lot of firms have actually, not allowed them to use it, because when you use the generative AI, there's no control over where the data is going. I've sort of spoken a little bit about Palantir is a bit of an exception to this, which might make them quite a powerful sort of AI investment. But generally, the people who provide generative AI software at the moment, they are storing the data that gets put into the application by the users because they use it to train. Now, that's obviously a big thing. So in the AI space, a lot of the pushback from companies right now is that they want to have control of where their data is going. So Exela Technologies kind of will face the same problem. So, my friends who work in the finance sector, their firms won't use generative AI because they want to protect their data, their research, and their clients' information. So that's an issue that Exela Technologies is going to probably come up against with the use of this generative AI in their applications. However, you got to keep in mind that they're not in the finance sector. Their business stuff is primarily in big things like health and legal services. They're the two sort of big sectors that the company works in. Now, by Exela Technologies implementing generative AI in their applications, What this sort of does is kind of take another small step into, what some people see as being the future of fields like the legal and healthcare administration side, in that, they'll be able to cut out more and more humans and have technology undertake the role. Now, generative AI gives that power. Now, obviously, there is going to be a need for the businesses who use this technology to, allow Exela Technologies to, take control of their data, or there has to be some sort of solution come up with where, they can still those businesses can still maintain control of their data. So it's an interesting one, but in one sense, the fact that Exela Technologies is integrating generative AI with their business sort of suggests that, well, maybe this company is actually taking things a little bit into the future in a sense. Now, obviously, they're a small firm in terms of market cap, but they're a big firm in terms of their global business footprint. So it'll be interesting to see whether this kind of makes Exela Technologies a bit of a leader in a sense in the use of the corporate adoption of AI or not in the general setting. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Exela Technologies this move has kind of put it at a bit of a leadership position in the use of AI in the corporate world? Or do you think it's just more of a play to catch the general AI wave? Anyway, share your thoughts in the comments below. I'll do another update probably next week. I'm just watching this one slowly. I won't talk too much about my longer term play with Exela Technologies. You guys have heard that enough. Yeah, share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, everyone, may the markets trade in your favor. Cheers.